All right, 7.4, similar triangles. So this is very similar to similar polygons. However, with triangles, you don't have to meet both properties. You just, meaning the properties that matching angles are equal and the matching sides are proportional, meaning they have the same scale factor. With similar polygons, both had to be true for it to be similar, but with triangles, it's special. Yes. And the special thing about it is you only need to meet one of the criteria. So when two triangles are similar, matching angles are equal, or the matching sides are the proportional. You don't have to check both. So suppose triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. That means angle A, because it corresponds with D, that means it's equal to angle D's measure. So if angle A is 40 degrees, then angle D would be 40 degrees. Angle B would correspond with E, and C would correspond with angle F. Similarly, if I read this, I'm going to use a different color pen here. AB, do you see AB is the first two? They would match with DE. And BC matches with EF. Similarly, AC, which is the first and the last, would correspond with DF. So let's do the first example. It says name the similar triangles. So we need to figure out, like they're telling us they're similar, so we need to figure out how we name them. So again, the corresponding sides have to be proportional. So if we have the largest side here, 4.8, that has to correspond with the 3.2. I'm going to use a different color pen. The smallest side, which is 3 in this case, should correspond with the smallest side in this triangle. And then I'll use an even different color pen. That leaves the middle ones the same. So I'm going to start with the left triangle, and I'm going to go in alphabetical order. So, sorry, triangle DEF. So I'm doing alphabetically this way. And then, does everybody see DE is going through the red circle, which means I need to go through the red circle for the other triangle. But it's going from red to blue. So that means I have to start with, so red to blue means I'm going from X, so triangle X, Z, Y. All right. So, all right, the next triangle, sometimes they give you all the angles. I know I've had quizzes before that I've given where it doesn't look similar, but if you calculate the third angle, how do you figure out the third angle in a triangle? Recall that all angles should add up to 180 degrees. So if I take 180, subtract 68, and subtract 36, I get 76 degrees. So that means this is 76 and this is 76. So P corresponds with A. I'll use a different color pen. Q corresponds with B. And C corresponds with R. So now I'm going to do the left triangle in alphabetical order. So triangle ABC is similar to, again, the order is important. So does everybody see I went from blue to green to red? So I got to do from blue to green to red. So that is triangle PQR. All right. Next one. Again, when you have sides, I would circle the longest sides in each, and then the shortest sides in each. And then the middle one is just left. All right, so I'm going to go alphabetical on the left. So triangle DEF is similar to, okay, so now I went from blue to green to red. So I got to go blue, green, red. So that would be triangle LKJ. Moving on. These two are similar, find TU. Okay, so this is similar to what we did for similar polygons. We got to figure out what side corresponds here. So does everybody see the 2 is opposite the angle that doesn't have a tick or an indication, which means that is this. So that means those two correspond. Now, if I'm trying to find TU, TU is the one that's opposite the dot. Do you see that corresponds with the 3? So it's up to you if you want to do, this is my original and this is my reduction. So the blue over the blue. So 2 over 6 equals 3 over TU. Do some cross multiplying. TU is going to be 6 times 3 divided by 2, and I get 9, and that would be centimeters. And ask yourself, does this answer make sense that that would be bigger than 6? And 3 is bigger than 2, so that would make sense then. Okay, these two are similar. Find EC. So again, we got to figure out, so EC is opposite that one, the curve, so that means that corresponds, EC corresponds with 4. I'll use a different color pen. The 5 is opposite a blank kind of angle, so that means that corresponds with 2. So 5 over 2 equals, now if I started with the bigger triangle on top and put it over the 2, that means I got to do the same thing over here. So this is going to be 4 over C or EC. Doesn't matter, EC or CE. So EC is going to be, do some cross multiplying, 2 times 4 divided by 5. That's a times. And so what do I get? I get 1.6, and that would be centimeters. Now we get into some word problems here. Certain day, 2 trees cast shadows. Find the height of the taller tree. So the taller tree is here. So if you want, you see that would correspond with the 3. And the 3.6 would correspond with the 2. So 3.6 over 2 equals the question mark. I'm going to name it YZ because there is actually letters there. YZ over 3. So do some cross multiplying. 3 times 3.6 divided by 2, and I get 5.4. Don't forget the units, meters. Okay, this one students get tricked by, and the reason why is, do you see this length right here is not part of a triangle, it's actually part of a quadrilateral. So what I suggest when you see a triangle like this is redraw it as 2 separate triangles. So A, D, E, and I have 1.8 centimeters. There's a dot there and an X there. And then I have the bigger triangle, which is A, B, C, and I have an X there, a dot here. This is 4.0 centimeters. Now this length right here from A to B would be 1.8 and 1.2, which is 3 centimeters. And if you didn't hear what I said there, again, I added 1.8 and 1.2 together to get 3.0. Okay, so now I need to figure out DE. So DE is my question mark. That corresponds with the 4.0. And this corresponds with this. So again, if you start with the right, put the right over the left or the left over the right, make a decision and stick with it for both setups. So I'm going to start with the right. So 3 over 1.8 equals 4.0 over DE. DE is 1.8 times 4.0 divided by 3, and I get 2.4 centimeters.